MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, Megapodlings. Crazy Joe coming to you on Friday, March 8th. Today is the day Captain Marvel opens in theaters across the country. And it had its first showings last night. The first showings were Thursday night. I believe in my area, and I think this is true of most areas, there was a 7 o'clock show and probably a later show. So there were probably, or maybe it was a 4 o'clock and a 7 o'clock. I don't know. I believe there were 2 shows on Thursday nights in most theaters. The reason we need to talk about this now is the Rotten Tomatoes Brie Larson controversy, the fake outrage. And to those of you who don't know what I'm talking about a week ago, before the movie had even opened, Rotten Tomatoes Do You Want to See It meter, where people voted, yes, I want to see it, no, I don't want to see it. The negative trolls who are targeting this movie due to comments that Brie Larson did not make, and let me be very clear on this, supposedly she's accused of saying she does not want white men to see her movie. She does not want white men critics to review her movie. She never said those things. It's like, you know how Michael Scott from The Office always says, that's what she said? Well, in this case, that's not what she said. But anyway, people have, and this is not a new thing. This has been going on since at least The Last Jedi, possibly before The Last Jedi. A lot of the negative forces online have tried to weaponize Rotten Tomatoes to use it against movies that they have some kind of an agenda against. Now, as I've said on this channel many, many times, there's only one accurate way to tell what an audience thinks of a movie, and that is CinemaScore. CinemaScore actually talks to people who are coming out of the theater, asks, what did you think about it? So you're getting one review per person, and they know that the people actually saw the movie because they're walking out of the theater. Whereas with Rotten Tomatoes, anyone can make multiple accounts. They can downvote the same movie multiple times. We know this is what happened with The Last Jedi because people admitted to it. They actually went to Facebook and took pride in it. Hey, look, we built bots to downvote this. So they actually admitted to doing it. We also know for a fact there was a coordinated effort to make this happen again when Black Panther came out because it was a Facebook effort. Facebook shut down the group that was planning to do this. So this is not a new thing. So what these people will do is they will go make multiple accounts, downvote a movie, give it as many negative reviews as possible, then point to that negative review as evidence. You see, this movie sucked. Look, the audience hated it. It's like, well, maybe the audience hated it. Maybe the audience loved it. We really don't know because you artificially altered the score. Well, we have proof once again. Now, first of all, with Rotten Tomatoes, a couple weeks ago, or last week, or not too long ago, Rotten Tomatoes took away the Do You Want to See It meter because people were artificially bringing the score down. They got it down to 27% people saying they did not want to see it, or 27% of the audience said they did want to see it. Now, we know for a fact that was not accurate because the movie was actually breaking records for pre-sales. So if the movie is breaking records for pre-sales, that tells you people want to see it. All right, so when we know people want to see it due to record-breaking pre-sales, yet, despite that, the score says only 27% want to see it, we know for a fact that that score is being artificially taken down. Well, this is not good for Rotten Tomatoes brand. They, of course, took away the Do You Want to See It score because the disproportionate number of pre-sales, based on what people are saying, no, we don't want to see it, made it very, very clear that this number was artificial. And that's not good for Rotten Tomatoes brand. If they're not a dependable source, that's not good for them. Problem is they're not a dependable source, at least where the audience score is coming, because we have too many of these trolls trying to, as I said, weaponize Rotten Tomatoes. So anyway, last night, Captain Marvel opens in theaters across America, and once again we have proof that the Rotten Tomatoes audience score is completely inaccurate and not to be taken seriously. How do we know this? What I'm about to show you are screenshots taken from Rotten Tomatoes this morning. These screenshots were taken at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's look at the Captain Marvel Rotten Tomatoes audience score as of 9 a.m. this morning. There it is. Now, if you look at that number, you can see that 58,000, little over 58,000 people voted and gave the movie a negative review. 58,000. Now, that is about 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. The movie has so far only had showings on Thursday nights. 2 showings Thursday night. So you got to ask yourself, how many people actually saw the movie on Thursday night? That 58,000 are now going and downvoting this movie. Now, how do we prove for a fact that this number is fictitious? Right there is the screenshot of the Rotten Tomatoes score from Avengers Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War, a movie that opened in April of 2018. Check out that audience score there. And you will see that just under 53,000 people voted. Do the math there. Do the math, people. A movie that opened a year ago has 53,000 votes. I'm rounding here. 53,000 in a year versus 58,000 after only Thursday night showings. Come on. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that these numbers are completely fictitious and not to be taken seriously. Unfortunately, the trolls have destroyed the credibility of the Rotten Tomatoes audience score. So if anyone ever says to you, I don't know, man, that movie didn't do so well. That movie didn't do so well on the audience score for Rotten Tomatoes. It did very poor. Don't take them seriously. That score is a joke, and this proves it. This absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, just totally destroys the credibility of the Rotten Tomatoes audience score. If 53,000 people voted on a movie in a year, then there's no way 58,000 people actually voted on a movie that only had shows on a Thursday night. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.